Home Beer Brewery. Hello BrewTubers, and thanks for tuning in on Home Beer Brewery's channel. In this video I'm going to do a shout out to all you guys, all my subscribers out there. Happy New Year! It's 2020. Hopefully 2020 will be a good year for all you guys. I made a promise. I'm starting this year with recording the footage in 4K and a better microphone. Well, here you have it. As you probably already can see, the resolution is much higher than my regular updates on my channel. I'm standing next to my conical fermenter filled with the leftover ale that I brewed about 3 weeks ago. It's time to put it into kegs, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Maybe 2020 is a good year if you don't brew yourself to start brewing yourself. It's easy. Just start easy with an extract, and later up you can do a partial mash or all grain, but just start. If you don't brew, just give it a try. It will be fun. Let's keg this batch of beer with a pressurized transfer. This is a good workout, sanitizing the kegs. Connecting the gas line and pressurizing the kegs so I can run some sanitizer through the beer line. Picnic tap. Let's put some sanitizer through the beer line. And I will do it with both kegs. For this pressurized transfer I also need a sanitized hose with a keg connector on it. I need to clean it, or I have to say I already cleaned it, but I have to sanitize it. I will do it with a pump. I will run the sanitizer through the hose with a pump, like you can see here. Works all the time. And I will let it run for about 5 minutes. I need some extra parts for this transfer, clamps, but I don't need to sanitize them, they won't touch the beer. And here I have a hose barb that will fit on the butterfly valve. That one goes into the sanitizer, and I have 2 gaskets that needs to be sanitized as well. Here they go. I'm also going to use a big scale. Well, now it's actually time to transfer the beer into the kegs. What I'm going to do is sanitizing the top of the fermenter to remove the airlock. I always like to give it a few sprays so I'm sure it's sanitized. Going to remove the airlock. Yeah, here we go. Put it aside. let's give the racking valve a bit of a spray. We'll put the camera down for you. Here we go. Racking valve, the upper valve. I repeat it a couple of times and I will wait a few minutes and then I will attach the hose barb on it, the beer line with the keg connector on it, and then I will show you the next step. Well, I'm pretty sure it's sanitized now. I'm going to grab a gasket and a hose barb. And it goes right on it. Attaching the clamp. There we go. Well, this is done. Now I can attach the hose on it. And we'll run the resistant sanitizer out of it. Oh, you can see that on camera. And just put the hose on the hose barb. Here we go. Well, that's everything. You can choose to run a little bit of beer out. Maybe there's some yeast in it in the dip tube, but the position of the dip tube is like this. I don't expect yeast in this part, but we will see. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of yeast in the keg. But you can choose to run a couple of milliliters off to ensure the racking arm is empty. But I guess it's empty for sure. Well, I've sanitized this part to push CO2 into the conical fermenter. It's sanitized, and what I like to do is purge the line with a little bit of CO2 to ensure all the oxygen is out. You can't hear it on camera, it's on low pressure, but I'm sure there's no oxygen in it anymore. I will attach it again with a clamp. You can see it. I will give you a feel how this looks on top of the conical fermenter. Here we go. I emptied the keg. As you can see, all the sanitizer is out. I will put the lid on it again, and now it's time to fill it with beer. Keg is empty. Let's put the lid on. Now I'm sure everything is sanitized. Put in the keg on a scale, and we'll put it to 0. Yeah, here we go. Attaching the beer line to the outline of the keg, so not the in. And there's some pressure on the conical fermenter, and I will open the ball valve. I'm not sure you can see it, but I will pick the camera up. Here we go. There's a nice flow going on. I don't hear the CO2 escaping the pressure release valve, the safety valve, so it goes nicely. I'll pick the camera up and you can see a close-up of the transfer. Great looking beer it is. What I didn't show you on camera is that I opened the pressure release valve on the keg and the beer is running in. As you can see, and to show you the difference of this camera with my previous one, I will show you some footage in full HD. So the footage that you now see is from my previous camera and previous pressurized transfer. and we switch back to my 4K camera, and as you can see the quality is much more better. Focusing is better. I can go directly to this and it will take about a second and it's already focused and sharp. Well, you can expect more videos soon in higher quality on my channel. As you can see, the scale tells me there's about 18 kilograms of weight in the keg. I closed the butterfly valve so the pressure rise transfer stopped. I'm closing the pressure relief valve on the keg and I'm going to disconnect the beer line of the keg. Now I'll put this inside sanitizer again. There's some beer on top of the connector, but I will wipe it off with a little bit of star sand. And I know, I hear a guy thinking there's still some oxygen left in the keg, in the head. Well, you have several ways to avoid that. Before the transfer you can fill the keg with CO2 and release the gas, so you are sure there is no oxygen in it. But now this keg is filled up about this level. Of course there's still some oxygen in it, but I will purge the oxygen out with the CO2 while it's standing in the geyser. Well, up to the next keg. So this time I will show you the complete process. I will release the pressure on the keg, put this inside the sanitizer. I'm going to dump all the sanitizer in this measuring cup. For example, now I can choose to completely fill the keg with CO2 and seal it, and then release the pressure and start the transfer. The advantage of it is there will be no oxygen inside the keg, but I like to do it my way. First I'm going to fill it with beer. Of course there's some oxygen in it now, but the beer will push the oxygen out of the pressure release valve here. And there is still some remaining space left here containing some oxygen, but I will show you later that I'm purging it out in the geyser. Well, all the sanitizer is out of the keg. Let's put it on a scale again. I have to put it on 0 when the connector is on it. You will see there is some difference. We'll put it on the outline of the keg, put it on 0. Here we go. And opening the pressure release valve on the keg and opening the butterfly valve on the ferment. And here we go again. Pick the camera up. You can hear the gas flowing. The sound is coming off of the regulator, so it's not a pressure relief valve of the conical fermenter, a safety valve. You can hear this. It's not that one, so the pressure is spot on. Well, now we have to wait a couple of minutes more till the scale tells me there's about 18 kilograms of weight inside of the keg. And here we are, about 18.3 liters inside of the keg. I closed the butterfly valve close the pressure relief valve on the keg. Going to remove the connector with the beer line, put it in star sand. Again, I will wipe the top of the beer line connector of the keg. We'll wipe it with some towel and sanitizer. So, well, about 18.2 liters inside the keg. Another one, but I won't show you that on camera. So, this was a quick video for you guys to tell you Happy New Year, and I showed you directly some footage with my new camera 4K of pressurized transferring beer to my kegs of my leftover ale that I brewed about 3 weeks ago. Well, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you liked the video, and tell me if you liked the camera quality and what I can do better. Maybe the audio isn't right, I don't know. I've shot only a couple of test videos, and this is a spontaneous video, I have to say. I didn't plan to record this process, but thank you all guys, thanks for watching, and cheers, up to the next videos, bye bye. I promise you some footage about removing the oxygen out of the kegs. Well, pretty simple. What I do, put the kegs in the keezer, and I'll pick the camera up. Here we go. And putting the gas on minimum pressure, as you can hear. We'll put it on the inline of the keg, turn the pressure release valve open, put some gas on it, a little bit more pressure. By this way I'm purging the oxygen out of the keg. I had never problems with oxygen in my beer. And repeat it for the second keg and the third keg. And put minimum pressure on the inlet of the keg. And release the pressure release valve a couple of times to remove the oxygen. And after that I will put about 3 bar on it, release this one so the seal can go its own way and will set perfectly in the keg, and then I will put it away for a couple of weeks, and it's ready to drink.